Hey guys, it's me again. I say that like I make videos all the time. I don't obviously, but here I am regardless. I want to talk about something that recently happened to me, which is why this video is up, so you guys can listen to me rant about it, or not. I don't really care. I'm gonna talk about it anyway. Um, but you guys seem to like my real talk, and this is kind of a real talk slash rant. But yeah, let's get into it. So you guys can understand the the thing that happened is I unfriended a person in VR chat. Now I've unfriended many people, and my usual reason for unfriending somebody is because we have zero interactions or near zero interactions. Okay, for me, we don't need just VR chat to be able to interact with each other, right? And we have Discord and other games that we can play together, right? Uh, for me, zero interaction is like outside of usually just one particular thing, we don't ever talk to each other, or I'm the one who always has to initiate the conversation first, outside of you coming to me because there's something you want from me or there's something that you want to ask me, but you don't ever come to me just to say, hey, wanted to see how you were doing or stuff like that, right? So this is essentially what happened with this person, right? We at one point had something that we had a common interest in, and that was a world in VR chat called Terrors of Nowhere. And I'm going to refer to it as TON for the rest of this video. That I happen to bring it up because it's easier than saying Terrors of Nowhere. So we played TON a lot, both of us, whether we were in the same world or not. And our common interest was mostly just TON. We didn't really talk about much else outside of that. Even our Discord messages is mostly just TON related. Um, Now, speaking of Discord, we're not friends on Discord. We never were. We were only friends in VR chat, right? Um, so, getting back on track here, after my burnout of playing TON, and I assume they burnt out of it too because I saw them on TON even less before my initial burnout. Uh, they joined on me the times I can remember, like three, maybe four times. One time of which they had joined on me, and then didn't say anything and left within a couple of minutes. And I was like, "Why'd you show up in the first place if it was going to be like that? They just went somewhere else." Like it would have been different if they like got into the world and was like, "Hey, just wanted to say I'm going to bed," and then went to bed, or just, "Hey, I'm stopping by before I go somewhere else," something like that. Cool, but they joined, said nothing. The other times they joined, say a couple of sentences, and then stay for like maybe 5 minutes and then dip out. I think the longest they stayed was like maybe 15 minutes while I had a YouTube video playing, something like that. But like we obviously didn't share very many interests, or they just didn't really care to talk to me about their own interests. I don't know. They just didn't really ever speak to me a whole lot outside of TON. And then the last time I had saw them, which was actually a few days before I removed them, maybe a day or two before I removed them, um, they joined a world, and I was in the middle of telling my friends goodbye. They joined a mutual. They didn't join on me. They joined a mutual. Right? They came up to the group, and they had plenty of time to say anything, but as I'm saying goodbye, there was not a word from them. I got off, uh, and I was thinking, I was like, why do I even still have them on my friends list? Like, I have literally no interaction with them outside of TON, and neither of us plays TON anymore. Like, is there a reason to even keep them on? Because I don't want to be like in a friendship. If I'm the one who constantly has to push the interaction, right? Like to talk to you, whether it be in VR chat, joining you to say hello, or over Discord to say hello. Like, if it's just me, I think there's an issue there. Okay, I don't like for my friends to be one, or my friendships to be one sided. Okay, and I felt like this was one of those one sided things where I'm going to have to be the one to initiate a conversation. Otherwise, I'll never hear from this person. The only exception would be if we're in VR chat, we happen to be in the same world, and our friends are talking about a topic that everybody is talking about. But at that point, it's because, the topic was brought up by somebody. And again, it was an interaction that was probably brought up by a third party and not me or them, right? So I removed them because I'm like, I've got no reason to keep them on my friends list. And I do this with plenty of people. I remove people that I have almost no interaction with, right? Now, if you're wondering, interaction for me can be as little as liking a post on Twitter or just messaging me, "Hey, checking in on you, seeing if you're okay real quick. Hope you're doing well," something like that, you know. And this doesn't have to be an everyday kind of thing. Shit, a whole ass year could pass, right? A whole ass year could pass, and you could have messaged me like 3 times throughout the whole year. That's enough interaction for me to know, hey, this guy's still here. He's checking in on me. I'm gonna check in on him as well, you know. But if I'm the only one putting in effort into it, or I feel like I'm never going to actually talk to this person, like, I'm just taking them off. Like, some people that I've added, it may have been for any amount of reasons, but if I just don't fucking ever see them outside of or inside or outside of VR chat, like, why am I keeping them on my friends list? I'm just removing them. I know some people are just like, oh, I mean, they're just on the friends list. You can leave them there. It's not hurting anybody. It's not how I work. Okay, it's just not. I use my friends list for friends. I want it to be people that I can consider at the very least an acquaintance. If I don't see you as at least an acquaintance, I'm not keeping you on my friends list. This is how it works for me. Okay, you do things your way, I do things my way. Okay, now when I did remove them, they have no way of knowing I removed them except under two situations. One, we happened to join a world together through a mutual in VR chat, and they're like able to see that my name tag isn't yellow for them anymore, which means I'm not their friend anymore, right? Two, they're using that fucking stalker program VRCX, and after like I have VRCX um on my computer downloaded, right? Because one of my friends was like, use it to see like who your number one, or like not your number one, your first friend is that you made in VR chat, because you can like keep track of that on there. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then after I used it, I was like, that's all I downloaded it for. This thing's like, I don't need this shit. But most people that use it pretty religiously like to keep track of people that have added them and removed them and shit like this. And they found out that I removed them through VRCX, which is pretty fucking weird if you're looking through who removed you. Like, what the fuck does it matter to you outside of like, you know, you causing problems or that person causing problems, right? So they messaged me on Discord, right? Now here's where you can amend the situation. Here's where a mature person steps up to the plate, all right? If I'm in their shoes, all right, and I'm using this fucking stalker program to see who removed me, right? And I see, oh, this person removed me. I'm gonna message and be like, "Hey, saw you removed me on VR chat. I don't know if I hurt your feelings, if I pissed you off or something, but if I did, I'd like to apologize. I'd still like to be your friend, right?" Now, if I didn't actually like the person, I'd just be like, no sweat off my back. I don't care, right? That's just it, right? I really don't care. No need for me to even message him in the first place, right? Uh, then you have, okay, what this person did though, very petty. They just said okay, bye, and then proceeded to block me on Discord, which that means they probably also blocked me on VR chat. If they're gonna go out of their way to do it on Discord, and again, we weren't even friends on Discord, right? Now we had messaged each other on Discord, so I messaged them. That's how I know I was blocked, because I messaged them after the okay bye. I messaged them as soon as I had the opportunity to, was saying, we don't have any interaction, and I'd like my friends list to be people I interact with. Pretty much is what I said to them, right? I kept it very mature, and told them no hard feelings. It's just how it is, right? And that was pretty much just telling that person, if you want to be friends with me, put in effort, and we can be friends. I'll add you back if you actually want to be friends. But if we're just like gonna say hi to each other on Discord one time and then not any more than that, like what kind of interaction is that? That's a near zero interaction to zero interaction, right? But they blocked me because when I sent my message, it didn't go through. Right? Has before they did go through, but now they didn't. So I'm just like, whatever. So I tweeted about it. I posted a screenshot of them saying okay, bye, but I obviously did not have their profile picture or name in the message out of respect for them, because as much as they were petty about it, I don't have to be an asshole and put them on blast, right? I can put them on blast without saying their name, and if they come across this video and realize I'm talking about them, I mean, hey, here's your opportunity to just be a mature person and talk to me if you want to. There's that opportunity right there. If not, you can stay petty, you can keep me blocked, and I don't give a fuck. It's no sweat off my back. I want my friends list to be friends, and this person I didn't consider a friend. Didn't even consider an acquaintance because we don't have any interactions, right? But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Um, it I tweeted about it, like I said, it garnished quite a bit of attention with some people that have gone through similar situations. Now, I've removed, as I stated earlier, I've removed plenty of people that I don't have interactions with, and this is probably the second time, no, maybe the third time that like somebody has come to me about it. In this case, they were upset, said okay, bye, and blocked me, whereas the other people asked why I did it, and in some cases, because I still have the bug from 2019, where just sometimes my friends will randomly get removed off of my friends list, right? It's kind of rare for it to happen, but it still does happen occasionally. I've had people message me like, "Oh, why'd you remove me from VR chat?" And I'm like, "What? I didn't fucking remove you." And they're like, "Yeah, you did. You don't have me friended anymore." I'm like, "It's probably just a fucking bug." Some of my friends don't believe me when I say that. Uh, and kind of get butthurt, but I don't really give a fuck. If you want to be fucking butthurt because you got removed off of VR chat, I mean, whatever. But yeah, where I am currently with VR chat specifically and friends is my closest friends are people that I can get on VR chat with and talk to. I can get in a Discord call with and talk to, or a VC and talk to, play other games with and talk to, right? Um, more people that I consider more of acquaintance at this point are people that kind of have too much of an addiction to VR chat and find that social interaction has to be only in VR chat, right? Now, this isn't for every single one of them. It's just quite a number of them, right? If like VR chat is the only way you can socialize with people, I don't know. I just don't really want to get on the game as much as I used to. I'm usually only getting on VR chat right now because I'm asked to get on, or in these rare situations like this where I'm making video about something because I find making videos in VR chat when I want to talk about something to be kind of my way to go. It just works for me, right? But yeah, I don't know, man. They're being petty about it. I don't really care if they're upset. Um, Honestly, because like I said, I don't really see them as an acquaintance, but if they want to make a step in that direction to become a friend of mine, saying okay bye and blocking me, not the right play. But as I've already stated, the door's open. If they happen to come across this video, you know, you're more than welcome to talk to me and I'll talk to you. Just remember, friendships are not one-sided. Friendships require everybody in the friendship to communicate with one another. Yeah, one another. It's just like a relationship. It's not a fucking relationship with someone like your boyfriend or girlfriend, right? If only one of you is putting in effort to show that you care for the other person. That's not a fucking relationship. Something's wrong there. That's really one sided, okay? Same things apply to friendships, right? Work together with your friends. Communicate, right? I'm not saying you have to do it every fucking day. You don't have to constantly talk to somebody every fucking day to show you're a friend, but popping up every now and then, especially if you have a lot on your plate, you're busy with work or school or whatever, just stopping by and sending a quick message over like Discord or even fucking Twitter or Facebook, whatever, and just saying, "Hey, checking in on you. I'm doing okay over here, just really busy. Hopefully we can hang out sometime, something like that." It goes a long way. It really fucking does. And I think a lot of people need to learn that because it's pretty sad that I don't know, the VR chat mindset doesn't seem to get that too well, right? And like I think what's one of the sad things in the game currently is, and it's no, I'm not. Let me be 100% honest here. I'm not flaming anybody here. I'm not belittling anybody here. But the amount of sexual tension people have where it comes to just like wanting to ERP with every goddamn person they see in any kind of avatar that looks even mildly attracted to them, it is killing normal socialization in them, and they're making sexual explicit comments their entire personality, just being lewd their personality, and it's like, you know, we can talk about other things than sex, right? We can. but they make it really difficult, right? Now, obviously, of course, when you're in your friend groups and you guys are just mouthing off, jokes like that, that's one thing. But it's the people who just make it their entire personality. They just talk in a way that means they want to do things. It's really sad, and it shows a very, very heavy lack of normal socialization skills because you know damn well anybody, or at least just about anybody who can only be sexually explicit when talking to people in VR chat, whether it's friends or not, probably doesn't socialize very well in the real world. And VR chat, I find, should be a game where you can learn to socialize better because you can take your social skills that you learn from VR chat into the real world. But that's only if you're learning how to properly socialize with people. If your entire essence is just being sexually explicit in VR chat, try that shit in the real world. Not going far. It's like if I tell my friend, "Hey, I'm horny. Let's fuck, dude, right now," and I mean that because it's my personality, and then I go to my job and I walk up to my boss and he's like, "Hey, you're 5 minutes late," and I'm like, "Oh, dude, sorry, I was fucking my friend," because my personality is just being sexually explicit. He's probably gonna fire me. If he doesn't fire me, he thinks I'm some kind of fucking freak now, right? Like, I don't get it. This game this game used to be a place where you could just socialize with friends in more normal ways. But now it's like more than half of it is just sexualized conversations or sexually charged conversations, right? It doesn't always have to be about sex. Just because people use models that are attractive doesn't mean that every single one of them is a degenerate. But unfortunately, at this point of VR Chat's life, most people in this game are a degenerate. I'm one of them, but I don't make it my personality. There's a difference between being a degenerate and living as a degenerate. That probably sounded fucking stupid. Sounded better in my head, but like it's different than like I don't know. I said that really cool in my head, but stupid when I said it out loud. But I think you guys get what I'm saying, right? Anyway, that's enough for me ranting. I'm gonna end the video here. You guys like, comment, subscribe, all that chat. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really give a fuck if you do. But if you do decide to like the video, definitely comment down below at the very least. I want to hear if you guys had any situations like this, your issues with VR chat, stuff like that. Let me talk to you in the comments. And if you want to, you can follow me on Twitter. Yeah, that's about it. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to the channel. I don't fucking care. Do whatever you want. I'm not your dad. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. This fucking controller stick drift is pissing me off, and I'm out. Bye bye.